Your character is not necessarily lost if you die, however. What? After dying on a hardcore realm, players will be able to choose to utilize a free character move service and move their dead character to non-hardcore class. That's awesome. I'm all for that. Holy crap. So basically, you'll be able to move for free to a non-hardcore realm. And that was a piece of concern that came up, was a lot of people were worried that you would have to pay for a server transfer to resurrect your character. But no. So we're going to get a free character move. That is crazy, because then, like, it doesn't have to be a complete waste of your time. I mean, yeah, obviously, like, you know, some people will probably still stick to death equals delete. But the fact that, like, you know, if you die and you're kind of bummed out about it, you don't have to permanently lose that character anymore. That's awesome. So, obviously, if you die, you won't be able to run back to your corpse and resurrect. So we already knew that basically you'll be able to stay a ghost to figure out, like, guild logistics, pass on, like, leadership, things like that. Okay, PvP flagging. This is big. So players will no longer be automatically flagged for PvP upon attacking. Yes. Good. So now, obviously, we won't have trolls trying to get accidentally flagged. So, you know, obviously there was the whole rogue thing of somebody accidentally right-clicking on them and flagging themselves. So you need to type the command /PvP. That's great. Battlegrounds. This is interesting. So PvP battlegrounds are completely disabled. Okay, I mean, it makes sense, I guess. As are all PvP Battlemasters, you may still enter pre-made war games, but you may not gain honor or PvP reputations. Interesting. Sorry, my dog is barking. Frick. Edit this out. Various quests and objectives that cause players to become PvP flagged, such as the quest, the attack, and missing diplomat, no longer cause players to be flagged. Again, that's freaking awesome. That is, like, you know, because there's a lot of people who play hardcore and they're not familiar with every quest in the game like some of the people who've been doing it for years are. So, you know, it would be really shitty for them to pick up that quest without realizing that they're getting flagged, and then they die just for not knowing that. So that's awesome. Various quests and objectives that require a player to die to complete or initiate a quest may now be completed without the player's demise. Again, fantastic. Many quests that require escorting NPC targets have been adjusted in such a way that most escort-related NPCs may no longer be attacked by players of the opposing faction. Okay. Most creatures will leash and reset when you leave the area or zone they were engaged in. That is huge. That is huge. Because now people can't kite Lord Kazakh or the fucking Drakes from the Burning Steppes to Stormwind anymore. That is great. Oh, wow. Or, yeah, the Devil Swords in Thousand Needles. Bro. Again, the mitigation against, like, these trolls. I mean, now you don't need to be scared of just hanging out in Stormwind AFK and having someone kite a really high-level mob in there anymore. These are great changes. These are great. Holy crap. I did not expect this from Blizzard. All dungeons have at least a 24-hour lockout timer for players below level 60. Interesting. Okay, so they'll kind of operate like heroic dungeons in Wrath, I guess. So you can only do one every 24 hours. So yeah, you know, that makes sense, because then people can't just power level through dungeons, which is great. Almost all dungeons until they hit level 60. So at level 60, you can do as many dungeons as you want, which makes sense because, like, obviously that's like your end game content. By extension, this also means that level 60 players may never enter lower level dungeons with players below level 60. Nice. That's good too, because again, that mitigates against power leveling. I mean, obviously, like, a level 59 could still technically carry people, but, like, it's not even really that big of a deal of a carry, because it's like you can only do it once, so who cares, I guess. Players that are significantly higher level than the creatures in any given dungeons will cause those creatures to grant trivial experience to the other members of the group. Okay. So Mage Boosting is dead. Thank God. Bubble Hearth. This was the one I was wondering the most about. If bubble hearthing was gonna be a thing. You know, I was honestly gonna go Paladin just for the bubble hearth. Which, you know, honestly is a good thing. Like, I'm not gonna complain about that. Like, it's a little OP, bubble hearthing. Like, you basically have a free get out of jail free card every hour of gameplay, which is kind of OP when you think about it. I'm excited for this. So what's new about it? So to issue a duel to death, you need to right-click the target's portrait and request a duel to the death. Can also be triggered by selecting and typing Makara. Okay, so that's what they talked about. Before commencing combat, both parties must acknowledge a warning message. Okay, good. Thank God there's a warning, because I wouldn't want to accidentally, like, initiate it and then I'm like, fuck. It is an exciting addition because it's kind of like, I don't know, like, it makes me excited to get to do that. Like, I don't know, I imagine just like chilling out in Goldshire and then somebody initiates it and then everybody just stands around like watching, and it's just like the most intense duel like of all time, because you know who dies. That's it. They're done. Since bragging rights are important, you will be tracking the number of kills you receive in duels to the death with a specific cosmetic buff to your character called String of Ears. What? Each time you win a duel to the death, you will receive a trophy, and the stat count on this buff will increase by 1. So if somebody, like, targets you and looks at your buffs, they'll see this. It doesn't actually provide you with any, like, real utility. There's some limitations to this. You cannot earn a String of Ears buff before level 10, and you cannot earn the buff if your opponent's too many levels apart. Okay, I mean, but to be fair, if you're like a level 40 and you duel a level 20 and they accept the duel, that's on them. Like, that is 100% their fault. But I get, like, not counting the String of Ears thing, because it's like there's no chance they can win against you. They're dead. There's no chance. So Hardcore Realms will have all original content phases unlocked and available. So not fresh. I mean, it's fine, I guess. Like, it's not that big a deal anyways. There's not a single thing here that kind of, like, I disagree with. I think all these changes are good. I mean, obviously it'd be nice to be able to, like, dispute your character's death if it was wrongfully happened, but then, you know, but then that opens it up to, like, like Blizzard, like they're gonna get an overabundance of just random tickets, like, oh, I disconnected, oh, this happened, oh, that happened, and it's like things they can't really verify. They can't verify you disconnected unless obviously you were recording. So I mean, it just, I guess it raises too many issues. I know obviously a lot of people are probably gonna talk about trading. Like, they want mail and trading restricted. Honestly, I'm on the side of things that I really don't think they should. Like, I really don't think trading needs to be restricted. You know, same with grouping in the outside world. Like, I'm not into the solo aspect of the challenge, of the current add-on. I'm not into that. I like the idea of playing hardcore like normal, except if you die, you're dead. And that's it. That's the only restriction I really care about. I'm hyped. I'm excited for this. So yeah, I mean, if any other updates come out, I will definitely be talking about it, but otherwise, yeah. This is great stuff. I'm hyped. Hardcore, let's go.